Stark Brothers is legendary. About 1 in 3 people know who Stark Brothers Nurseries is.
As a company, we have a legacy. We've been around for about 200 years, and you get the calls from customers who have known about us for decades. We get to keep fueling those connections with the people.
My name is Cameron Brown. I'm president of Stark Brothers Nurseries and Orchards. I've been here since 2001. Interesting, September 11th, 2001 was the inaugural day when we took possession of the company.
Over the next several years, we put the company on better and better footing each and every year, which allowed us to focus further into the future.
We are a grower. We are a retailer through our catalogs that go out all through the United States. We also have a wholesale division where we sell very different and specific varieties to people who grow trees to make applesauce and your grocery stores.
My name's Elmer Kidd. I'm the Chief Production Officer here at Stark Brothers Nurseries and Orchards Company. My task here is to oversee all the growing, all realms of it. Growing a fruit tree is a 2-year process. It starts with marketing. Kyle and Sean will put in a request for the trees they want to sell. We have to rent the ground, plant the field. This is where it all begins. This is a 65-acre planting of apple and pear rootstocks. There's approximately 650,000 rootstocks in this field. If you'll notice, every rootstock out here is planted at the exact same distance. These are actually machine planted. We bud it the same summer we plant it. The very next February, that plant is cut off at the top of that bud. The rootstock's discarded and the bud's trained on, which makes the tree. That little bud was placed with surgeon-like skill. Someone crawled the length of that row and put every one of those in. If you look, there's no misses there. These will be dug and harvested 1 row at a time. Our goal here is that little 1-inch bud at the end of the season will be a 5/8 inch to a 3/4 inch branched apple tree. This is a crop that will be dug this fall and will be for the fall sales of 2011 and the spring sales for 2012. Right now we have over 750,000 trees for sales in the field and another crop budded. So there's always 2 crops in tandem. A plant that's started from seed can come up to be anything because it has 2 parents. You can plant 1,000 seeds and not get anything. By budding or grafting, you're selecting 1 parent and you're putting it into a rootstock, which is just the foundation of a tree.
And I think why people come to Starks is they know that we're going to match up the variety with the best root system.
Today we're grafting hardy giant pecans to pecan seedlings. You'll notice it's warm in here. It takes about 70 degrees temperature to callus the 2 pieces together. Immediately after the 2 grafts are made, cells start dying around both pieces, so it's important to make sure that that's wrapped just like that. Pecans by nature have a carrot-type root with very few feeder roots on it. When the roots reach the bottom of that pot, they prune themselves off, and it forces other rooting up in the diameter of the pot, which makes it easier for the homeowner or the professional grower to transplant the rootstock. In about 21 days, that product will look like this. When the growth gets to about that tall, we'll cut the wrap off so it doesn't girdle the tree. Then it's try to grow it as big as we can grow it so Kyle can have a select tree.
Here at Stark Brothers, we operate about 3.5 acres of greenhouse. About half of it's with trees, nut trees and fruit, and the other is in the berries and flowers. There's so many different kinds. I'd throw a number like, let's say 150 in all, different varieties, trying to, see what people need and produce that for them.
The beauty here is that by growing our own trees, it's a year-round cycle for the employees. They get done in there, they'll work for me for the remainder of the season. So the retention rate of the good help is much higher in a situation like we have.
I'm Barb Brewer, and I am the inventory manager here at Stark Brothers. I start from field production. I track all of the seedlings in the field, anything that's cropped on those seedlings, anything in the warehouse is tracked through my department with a team of girls that work for us. So it's a lot to manage, but somehow we do it.
We ship to different areas of the country and make sure that if somebody's having a blizzard that we're not shipping to them, or even like the flooding or the tornadoes that just happened. We are very cautious when we ship things to make sure people can plant them.
The shipping part of it we've been doing for well over 100 years. You've got to be able to handle a live plant, put it in a box, get it to the customer in so many days. A cherry or a peach tree will trigger in 3 days.
I was actually given the opportunity to learn how to receive product and what the proper storage requirements are. Temperatures, humidity, high in the warehouse, low in the warehouse, where things go. So that was really an eye-opener as to how much work really is put into that.
And the group down there that's in the warehouse is capable of putting 8,000 orders out in a day. The nursery may ship out as many as 400,000 or 500,000 orders in a year.
We're sort of like family, so we kind of treat this like it's personal to us.
We're very close-knit, and really, we are a family here. There's a lot of us that have been here, grown up here, really. I'm one of the ones who has essentially grown up here.
My story is a little different than most people. I've got to do what I like to do my entire life. Subsequently, my son made the same choice that I did. He came to me one day and said, "Dad, I want to do what you're doing." He's my assistant. And I'm still fascinated with that. We're still working on different ways and techniques of improving things. I've never lost the love of all that.